Hi guys, I am Xavier Luis Pijavines, a PSED English major student. I am going to tackle about the three theories on how we acquire language. So we know language is the one we use to communicate with others. We have three theories in language acquisition, or on it describes on how we acquire our language. First theories is by Noam Chomsky. It is called the nativist theory. The second one is sociocultural learning theory by Lev Vygotsky. And the third one is the behaviorist theory by B.F. Skinner. So first, the nativist theory. The nativist theory believed that the children have language-specific abilities, or so-called the LAD, that assist them as they work toward mastering a language. It also hypothesized that language is an innate, fundamental part of the human genetic makeup, and that language acquisition occurs as a natural part of the human human experience rather. So for example, like when a child is born, we are going to hear about like baba and boo-boos from them as a sign that they need something, and that is how they partakes, or they took the language from. Another example is that when we want, or we as a babies want some foods, we say mom 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 mom. Like our parents would be like, here's your mom. So as a sign that we need food, we usually say we need mom and so on. So that is what nativist theory. Another theory actually is that nativist theory would believe that when a person is like reaches the critical point of the learning of LAD, he won't, or he will be having some difficulty in learning that language. The next one is the sociocultural learning theory. The sociocultural learning theory is based upon the idea that a learner's environment plays a pivotal role in his or her learning development. So this means that it involves the environment for a person to learn the language. The learning process actually involves three key themes: the culture, or for example, like I am a Waray, so to be able to communicate with other, I had to learn the different Waray non-cultures as well as the Waray language. The language, the Waray, and the zone of proximal development. Proximal development is like the idea where a person is like learning something from his own and learning something from others. So that's it. So that's sociocultural learning. It involves the culture, the language, and the zone of proximal development. That's according to Lev Vygotsky. The third one is the behaviorist theory. It believes that infants learn oral languages from other human role models through a process involving imitation, rewards, and practice. For example, like when someone asks you what's your name, and then you will say I am Xavier Luis Pijavines. That is how you do your response to a person who asks you, or your feedback. So that's how people learn how to communicate with one another. That in turn is a process in behaviorist theory. For example, like one person gives you a positive reinforcements that will motivate one person actually to tell more, or to communicate or interact with one another. When a child attempts oral language or imitates the sound or speech patterns, they are usually praised and given affection for their efforts. That's it. When actually a kid was like done something a person would be pleased about. For example, like they say or do something. For example, like the parent will be like, say mama, and that little kid of yours will do a response like mama, and then you will say very good. That is one way a behavioral children would be more interactive to their parents, and they will use that language more often. So I guess that was all. That was the tree theory. The tree theory. In conclusion, nativist theory is all about the learning process of one person through their LAD, and the second is sociocultural learning theory by Lev Vygotsky. It involves the culture, the language, as well as the proximity of that language. And third one is the behaviorist theory by B. Skinner. It's all about the behavior and the positive reinforcements of one person to another. That was all, and thank you for listening.